Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
49 faces looked to him in triumph. Over the last 12 months, they had each taken turns and promoted his business for a week at a time, driving over $987,342 in revenue. What if you had a network of 50 centers of influence who promoted your business every week for a year? Grab your copy of the #1 Amazon best-selling book, The Ultimate Guide to Growing Your Business with a Podcast, at 33% off the Amazon price by going to ultimatepodcastbook.com. Again, that website for 33% off the Amazon price is ultimatepodcastbook.com. Welcome to the podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today, I've got the good fortune to be joined by Kelly Resendez from Go Abundance Women. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Seth. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So tell everybody what Go Abundance Women is.
Yeah. So Go Abundance Women is a mastermind community that really is designed to support ambitious female business owners and leaders, really, have a space for accountability, support, vulnerability, connection, all of the things. It can be a very lonely journey, especially as a female leader or entrepreneur. And it really just creates, like-minded connections that kind of become the board of advisors in your life and get you to the next level.
That is absolutely awesome. Let's go back in time now. How did Go Abundance get started?
Yeah. Well, I would tell you that Go Abundance has been around for a long time. There's a men's division, 2 sides to it, a elite division and then a champions division. And it started because men were in a very similar place. They were super successful, created a lot of worldly success for themselves, but were lacking that, connection with other people that would kind of take them to the next level. We've all heard that you're only as successful as the 5 closest people to you. And so that's kind of how it formulated for Go Abundance Women. It kind of came from a group of us women that had similar desires, and hearing about Go Abundance Men, instead of going out and just starting it from scratch, we were able to partner with them and really just provide the space. For myself, it really came from being lonely. I've been an executive. I'm an executive at GoodLeap, which is one of the largest solar financing and home improvement financing companies in the nation. And although I had amazing, female friends and then amazing, business men that I had connections with, I didn't really feel like I had a group of women that supported my long-term success and were pushing me to, continue along my personal growth journey. And so it came from that feeling of just kind of knowing something was missing. And I didn't even know, what a mastermind was at that point. I've been in personal growth and development for 20 years. And so constantly in that place of like growing my self-awareness and, emotional intelligence and other aspects. But then when I found this community, it really just has helped me take it to the next level.
Well, that's awesome. And congratulations on the success. I'm sure the longer version of that story could fill a book somewhere if it hasn't already. What is it? What did you found? How did you find Go Abundance Women? And then how did you become, a leader in that organization?
Yeah. So, again, it just started with going to the men and putting a group of women together, other successful women that we invited to an event as our first one. And then over the next year, just formulated, different leadership roles and whatnot. And then, I think whenever you put a group of people together, you kind of figure out who's the person that's going to lead the charge on something. And so that's really what we did, is that we were able to, take ownership of Go Abundance Women, because originally we were under the men's group, and then, partnered with 2 amazing business partners, Mandy and Kathy, and just were able to create a dynamic organization and business.
Well, that is absolutely incredible. What have been some of the biggest lessons you've learned along the way?
The lesson is always client acquisition, right? The lesson is what is the most effective way to acquire, net new members for us. And it's that recipe of ensuring that you don't lose the culture and the connections within a more intimate group. We started with not that many women and we're at over 140 today. And so ensuring that our culture stays intact as we're growing, and then finding the best ways just to go out there and connect with other like-minded women. Most people don't know they need a mastermind. And so we're having to not only show them, what a mastermind is and just be able to provide as much value. And so we've been on a path of constantly, taking a look at our value proposition and what we offer, and things that we've added this last year that have really, helped us has been an 8-week accelerator course for their business, and really focusing on how can you really just lead with that more feminine approach and not burn out at the same level. And then also really just adding some coaching in as well. So I do mindset coaching regularly, and it has been a great addition to what we already offered, because I believe most of us need somebody to push us and remind us. It's easy to drop into victim mode. It's easy to, get, just submerged in challenges rather than, staying in that visionary role that we need to be as entrepreneurs.
That makes a lot of sense. Why do you think mindset is such a big part of it?
Well, I think mindset is honestly almost everything. The way that we view life. We don't recognize, most people don't realize that our brain is just so skewed to the negative. It's so skewed to protect us that if we don't, hit Control Alt Delete on the belief system that we accidentally picked up along the way, that our life experience is going to be impacted by that. And so I really coach to an abundance mindset. And every day we're not, I'm not void of challenges, but the way in which I approach them, they just don't steal my joy, Seth. And that's the greatest thing, is that I see them as learning opportunities. I believe in infinite possibilities of what you can create. I have a lot of ands in my life. I'm an executive at a multi-billion dollar company, and a writer and a speaker and co-own Go Abundance Women, and just doing a lot of things, and just being in that place that, man, we can't have it all. Whoever told us that we can't has forgotten that we're the creators of our own success. And that's why I believe it's so important. But, more important than just what the belief system is, people have to recognize that it's a daily practice. Like every day, I need to wake up and do my morning ritual to prepare myself for whatever the day is going to bring me, and really just be full out and giving myself space before I react, or taking some time to make decisions where before maybe I made them instantaneously. So you do have to practice it in order to get the greatest advantage. And so many entrepreneurs that struggle, the first thing that I tell them is it's an inside out job. If you're struggling on the inside with fear, doubt, worry, shame, blame, you name it, whatever it is, like I could spend a lifetime blaming people for whatever it might be that's going wrong in my life. And until you just take radical responsibility and ownership for whatever happens to you, that it truly is something that you need to get to the next level, you're going to have resistance to whatever vision that you have in your life.
That makes a lot of sense. Why do you think this is such a big deal? Why do you think, you mentioned decades in the personal development movement, why don't more people work on this stuff?
We are really lazy, Seth. I mean, look at how lazy we are. People are, they spend more time looking at their phone, scrolling on Instagram and Facebook, than visioning what their life could look like. And so we are marketed to, from an early age, it's to be distracted, to lose focus. And so you've got to really just wake up at some point and realize, like, to become fully conscious and to be fully just present to all of the distractions that can take you off your goals. And, honestly, we know by statistics, very few people have a vision for their life, for their business, that very few have goals. And until you just make that decision that, I'm going to sit down and really just figure out how I want to feel. I want to figure out what I really want to accomplish in my life and then start having a plan to execute on it. Your brain's going to let you be lazy. It doesn't care if you're successful, doesn't care if you achieve financial freedom. It wants you to breathe, and you can do that without living an epic life. For myself, I want to be able to travel the world and impact millions of people. I want to be able to do these things. So I've got to have a plan that's really going to be able to support it.
Awesome. That's great insight. You alluded to a little bit earlier your morning routine to get you ready for the day. Do you mind sharing that with us?
Absolutely. I'm very faith-based. So to be honest, the first thing that I do is read a devotional in the Bible, and that's 365 days out of the year. I know if I don't fit it in throughout the day, but we've got, kind of rocket ships launching at us being a business owner, right? And so I do that. I actually look at how I want to feel every day, which is what I call my vision. It reminds me of who I need to be. So I look at affirmations, my goals, my bucket list, I journal, and then I meditate. And it's just non-negotiable for me because how I get to show up and make an impact, people feel it. They feel the energy that you bring in. Most people are wearing themselves out all day because they just don't put themselves first. So that is a great decision that anybody listening, like there's never going to be a perfect time to put yourself first. You've got to start doing it now. And there's no greater way to do that than to do it before you check your email, your phone, start taking care of the kids, like wake up earlier, give yourself just that little bit of love and really just make sure that it's a priority.
That is awesome. I agree 100%. Who is an ideal member for Go Abundance Women?
Yeah, an ideal member is just an ambitious female business owner, leader, investor that really wants to connect with more like-minded people. They're probably constantly feeling like they're the smartest person in the room, or people are taking a lot of wisdom from them regularly, and they need a place where they can actually start to receive. They can receive, the connection and also just the support when we've got big decisions. Being an entrepreneur, it's very isolated. People need to kind of see you as the one that knows it all. And having that safe, vulnerable space really definitely supports entrepreneurs and leaders.
Absolutely. For our folks who are watching and listening and want to learn more, where is the best place for us to send them to check it out?
Yeah. So I've got a great 3-part series for you on overcoming self-sabotage, and they can go to www.downloadthepod.com. This is for male, female listeners, whatnot. Again, we've got both genders in the Go Abundance family. And it's just a place where I truly believe that most of us, like, we do subconsciously sabotage ourselves on a regular basis. And if you can start to chip away at some of that, you will definitely get to the next level.
Awesome. And
You
that's
can also check
download.
out goabundancewomen.com as well.
Awesome. That's goabundancewomen.com and download the pod.com, where there's a 3-day pop-up podcast training from stuck to unstuck, how to get out of your own way. Awesome.
Yes.
Kelly, what would you say is, you've achieved so much success in so many different levels. What's your biggest challenge now?
Oh my goodness. My greatest challenge is really finding a way to reach millions of women. I truly believe that the world would be a better place with more feminine energy. And it definitely, we don't represent in the numbers. And when I look at the 3 areas that women struggle in at higher percentages is stress, imposter syndrome, and work-life balance. And if I can teach women, how to really eliminate those 3 areas from their life, I do believe that we're going to have a lot more equality. And this isn't, I believe we need equality because the diversity of the way that we look at things is important. Men and women are different. I don't want to be the same as you. We're going to be different, but I'm going to bring something that's a lot more nurturing and thoughtful, to whatever, innovation or discussion that we're having. And I think that's just really important in the world today.
Amen. Your passion is obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing?
Oh my goodness. What I love best is just hearing the stories that, of changing people's lives. I wrote a book several years ago called Big Voices, and I just had a woman reach out to me, yesterday that was inquiring about some things, but she just, she left a job that she didn't love and went out there and really took a new position. And, the book was pivotal for her because she had a lot of fear and doubt about leaving an industry that she was successful in, but didn't love. And so I love knowing and hearing the stories of just impact that some of my words and messages make.
That is beautiful. Everybody watching or listening, go check out GoBundanceWomen.com and downloadthepod.com. This has been Seth Greene for Sharkpreneur with Kelly Resendez. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Seth.
Thanks, everybody, for watching or listening. We will talk to you or see you next time.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.